Apart from that, physically fit you have to, because going down the tanks, coming up, it takes a lot of. Hi everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. Another fine day, another episode on Ship to Shore series. For every marine engineer out there, let's talk about becoming a surveyor. So, opportunities, what to expect, what kind of upskilling required, what kind of salaries you can expect, and challenges out there. So, Sir Rana sir, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Praneeth. So again, surveyor is a broad term. You could be a surveyor in a classification society. You could be a DG, MMD surveyor. You could be a surveyor who is probably just doing a bunker survey, cargo survey, or you could be one of the surveyors for an oil major or a hull and machinery surveyor kind of thing, right? But three, four things which stand out and which are the qualities which are required to become a surveyor. Number one, I would say, is attention to detail. So which means that आप जाके सर्वे कर रहे हो तो मतलब ऐसे कोई भी छोटी चीज आप छोड़ नहीं सकते हो. That attention to detail should be within your personality. Second, besides everything that you do, is your report writing skills, right? I mean, whatever survey you do, the writing of report is equally or probably more important in terms of the presentation of what you do. And actually, the good companies differentiate themselves from not so, standard companies is through their reports. And in fact, I was talking to a very senior person who was doing surveys. He said that he's hired two chief engineers and paying handsomely only to make reports, right? So they are working from home, but doing report making of the surveys that their surveyors do all around the world, right? So report making is extremely important. Third is that in most of the surveying thing, you have to travel, right? So what I talked about, one of these opportunities, is very rare that as a surveyor you're not traveling, but you have to travel. So एक mind में आता है कि यार, if I have to travel, then might as well go and see only, right? But then, यहाँ पे the travel is probably a week, maybe lesser, or maybe could be 2 weeks as well, depending the kind of survey. But the duration is less. Money may be less, more. It depends on the kind of survey that you're doing. So besides all the other qualities that you have, which is, you should be technically good. You should, decent communication skills. The other qualities which will differentiate a good surveyor from the not so good ones are your attention to detail, your ability to travel at a short notice, and third is your report writing skills.
Apart from that, physically fit you have to, because going down the tanks, coming up, it takes a lot of. So thank you very much for that, sir. Sir, let's talk about salaries. And since you mentioned so many types of surveys, which kind of surveys get paid the maximum? Approximately how much it is? And which type of surveys get paid the least? If
Okay.
let's not talk about the least, but let's talk about नहीं तो एकदम से कोई surveyor offend हो जाए कोई बड़ी बात नहीं.
Right. No, so one thing goes without saying is the private guys, of course, get paid more, and the ones in
The government sector or working with the
government
classification societies of the government, they'll get paid less.
may get less. So if you're doing the most, I guess one of the most toughest surveys are probably the marine warranty surveys, right? And the guys who are able to do those or get into those, you'll not get a direct entry. You'll first have to become some hull and machinery surveyor, a normal surveyor, then you become a marine warranty surveyor. The guys who do that, they are probably paid the best. Then becomes your technical surveys, your hull and machinery surveys. And over here, actually, so there are two ways in which companies work, or companies pay you. Number one is they'll pay you a fixed salary and they'll tell you that you have to, say, travel 10 days a month, or they will tell you that 150 days a year that you have to travel. And you'll keep on getting, say, 3 lakhs every month, right? If you travel more than it, this, then you will get better compensation, right? So that's one model which is there, and I think the salary is um, I, I mean. Generally, companies will try and pay you about $5,000, $6,000 a month for this kind of work, right? Um, then the other model is that you are either freelancing, or they'll tell you that whenever we get work, you are our preferred surveyor, and we send you and we pay you a commission of we earn say $1,000. We'll give you $700. So then that depends. You're not bound. आज मेरे को जाना है, मेरे को 2 महीने तक नहीं जाना, मैं नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं सर्वे नहीं करूंगा, मैं पैसा नहीं कमाऊंगा, which is fine with me. But and whenever I want to go, I'll tell them that, say, and I can also work with say 10 different companies. So what model do you want to work? It depends on you. Generally, the daily rates could be about $400, $500 a day for you to work on a freelance basis. And if you're permanent employed, about $5,000, $6,000 a month.
Okay. How much, just an idea, does a government employed surveyor earns approximation, say in India, or let's talk about it then.
Yeah, I think about 1.5 quarter to 2 lakhs is
So
what
1.5 to 1.7 lakhs per month.
say.
So the only relaxation that they have is a better life. They stay with their family. But saving wise, if they are just staying in Mumbai or somewhere, then it becomes a quite challenging as well. If you don't
Correct.
have that.
Correct. And actually, sometimes I feel that now in government also the life is not that easy. I mean, they are also hard pressed. They are also running around. It actually depends on your attitude. If you are the one
So that person is going to survive anywhere, and he's might get kicked out as well. But
Correct.
otherwise, to Jai Mata Di, you have to be a performer. I
Correct.
understand that.
But
ठीक है.
one more point I want to just raise over here is that, unlike other fields where you get into, you probably rise, and you do different things. But if you get into a surveying thing, no, you become a surveyor, you become a senior surveyor, you become a principal surveyor. So काम आप वही कर रहे हो, and you'll probably have a team also below you. But वो designation wise, principal surveyor is like जो कंपनी का पार्टनर होता है, वो प्रिंसिपल सर्वेयर की डेजिग्नेशन होती है. वेरी सीनियर डेजिग्नेशन. तो बट यू आर डूइंग एसेंशियली द सेम थिंग ओनली, which is surveying, maybe managing surveys, maybe doing some business development, but that's the hierarchy over there.
Understood. So growth wise, there are a few challenges. Even salary wise, there are a few challenges. But I will be dealing with some of these surveyors out there to know what are the good points. Like I made a video with Rajan, who is a surveyor with Lloyds, and he shared a lot of good points about being a surveyor, and also why he struggled and why he quit sailing and then became a surveyor. So with this, sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Hi, if you are a marine engineer or a deck officer who is looking to quit sailing, I think so that this video has been of some help. And if you want all details of how to successfully transition from ship to shore for deck side or for engine side, then we have made this complete course free of cost, informative course for you guys on Merchant Navy Decoded. The link is in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. So if you're a marine engineer, you have a different section, different course, and if you're a deck officer, there's a different course for you for successfully transitioning from ship to shore. So please go ahead, do that course, get all the information. If you've got any query, contact Team Merchant Navy Decoded. We will help you, guide you to make welcome changes and become successful. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di.